Metric Motorcycle Madness presents Vulcan 800 idle speed and clutch cable adjustment. Okay guys, so working on the Vulcan project here, and the idle is honestly a little bit too low for my liking. I don't want the engine to be lugging when it's idling. It sounds somewhat okay, but I'd like to bring it up, and I'll show you what it sounds like right now. And if you look right down here at the bottom of the air filter, that is actually, that little black knob is for the idle speed adjustment. It's kind of hidden and out of the way. It's not the idle air control valve. That is just for idle speed like you'd find on any other carburetor. It just comes off as a little cable so you can access it, since the carburetor is hidden by this big old air filter. So let's start it up for a sec, and you can see it now. If I pull out the choke, it obviously runs a little bit better, and but it's running a little bit too low. And also, I don't know if there's an electrical problem, but with the idle running too low, my lights start to dim a little bit when it's set too low on the idle. So let's listen to this here. It's okay for the most part, but it's a little luggy. So I just want to bring it up just a tad bit, I think, here. So you're going to turn, I believe it's towards the engine, the knob, to, well, you can put it either way towards the engine, but there's in and out. Basically, we'll bring it up and down. So I'm going to try bringing it up a little bit. See if that helps. So that's a little bit higher there. Sounds a little bit better. But that makes the throttle response boggy. So probably gonna bring that down a little bit now. So fix the idle. One note about adjusting the clutch. The clutch cable was very wobbly. Didn't had too much travel length. It was just hanging. So to adjust the cable on this, you have three different adjustments here. You have the first one, which is your fine adjustment that you want to do last, especially after you replace a clutch cable. As you turn this out towards that way, that will begin to tighten up the cable. And then this is just a lock adjuster, and just locks that down from moving. As you go down the bike, down to here, there's actually another adjustment. So you have right here, and then underneath this little rubber piece, there's a 12 and then 10 millimeter spacer, basically, and it just threads out. One's got threaded rod on it, and the other's hollow with threads that go in there. And as you screw the two apart, that lengthens the cable out also, and then that has another 12 mil lock adjuster there. And then the major adjustment, which this one's a little too far out, but it just means I need to adjust that. Eventually this cable needs to probably be replaced because it's probably starting to stretch out a bit. But anyways, as you move that this way, outwards, that also tightens the cable up, whereas if you bring that rod more inwards there, that loosens it. And it just has two different lock adjusters on the other side of where that goes in there. That's kind of hard to reach because you can get to it a little bit from either side. You don't have to remove the exhaust or anything, but it's kind of hard to reach without burning yourself on the pipes if you've had the bike running. And of course, if you needed to replace a clutch cable, down there you can see, obviously this is, clutch basket's in here and it's covered in oil. but down there is where it just hooks right into the lever for that goes into the clutch basket. So initiates your push rod. Pretty easy to work on there. Shows a little bit easier to reach that one, but you know, not too bad. At least it's not like on the Shadow over there. You got to take a cover off to get to it.